Okay, welcome to the video set on writing the Palindrome lab. This does some string processing. So the objective in this one is to use some concatenation, substring, equals, and length to verify that a particular string value is a palindrome. And so the way this is going to work is a palindrome reads the same forwards and backwards. So the first thing we're going to do is have a method that reverses the string to create a new string, and then we can compare the two. And if the reverse string is identical to the forward string, then we know we have a palindrome. So there's some starter code for you. I went ahead and downloaded that. And we have two methods here, reverse and palindrome. Let me fix these, that bothers me. All right, so your code here. So this is the reverse. So hint, use substring and concatenation to build a new string. So the idea is that I want to go through and build a new string. So maybe I'll make the new string. String, new string, equals, quote, quote. And maybe I want it to call it rev for reverse or something else. Maybe I'll call this reverse. And I could call it reverse text. You know, naming is up to you, but it does help to have meaningful names. All right, and so the idea is that I'm going to go through, and if the, I think this example, here's Blue Moon is being fed in. And the idea is that I go through and I take one letter at a time and tack it on to this new string. So there's a couple ways to do it. You can actually do it going forward through the string. I think for a lot of people it makes sense to go backwards through the string and get the N first, since the N is first here. But really you can do it either way. So, and it's good to know how to go backwards through an array or a string. So we'll just do that. And if I want to start at the end, we want to remember that this N, this letter N, is at the string's length minus 1. So let's see, string length. So I want to start my index at, and I'm talking about this string here. This would have whatever the user typed in. So text.length minus 1. So in this example, I'm setting up an index to try and help me get this letter. And I is going to decrement till I get all the way down to the B. The B is at 0, index 0. So I'm going to go down and include index 0. And we're going to do a minus minus because I'm going to be going backwards through index-wise. And what I want to do is I want to grab each letter. So to grab the letter, we use substring. So we have it was mentioned here, but substring lets me grab pieces, right? When you want to get one letter, it's I plus 1. So index and then the next index. So one thing to keep in mind is you can get stuck in trying to build this string and build the string and things like that. So it's not a bad idea every once in a while to just print out some things, see if it's giving you what you want. I'm going to go down to this method and type return true or false. I'll do false, just so that this will compile. Oh, missing a return statement. So I can return rev string in my reverse so that compiles. Okay, and what this will get me is I'll get to see printed. I should hypothetically see NOOM space E, right? So we're going to see that that's not what I see, and I'll show you how you can fix. And you notice it's doing blue. It's not sending the reverse string back yet because we didn't build it, but it is getting the letters of blue. The reason it stops at the space is because up here in main, we read in the string here using next instead of next line. So I think I will fix that in the document. Okay. So now if I read in using next line, then if I type Blue Moon So look at that. I see all those letters, N-O-O-M. So that will at least let me know that here I'm getting the letters. So now the idea is that I take that letter, even though it's one letter, substring sends back a string, so it's one letter, and I want to add that on to rev string. So now I can try this. Oh, and there we go. There's my blue moon backwards. Now, had you flip-flopped these, and this is things you discover when you're coding, right? You think, no, I want the letter to go first, then the ref string. Had you run that, you would see that this is not what I want. But luckily, we already tested this part, so we know this part's giving me the right letter. It's merely that how I'm concatenating this letter on in that example would not have worked. All right, so that was the more difficult piece. This is really common in a lot of programs, substringing, taking pieces. You're going to use that in the Hangman lab, and then deciding what pieces to put together. All right, so now I want to know if this is a palindrome. So I'm passing this word, it could be blue moon, to the palindrome method. So you notice here the word that the user enters is put in input, and it checks to see if it's a palindrome here. Oh, where's the, look at that, that's weird. So here's where it prints the reverse of it, the word backwards, and then it says whether it's a palindrome or not. So all we want to do is check if this word equals its reverse. So those are the types of things you sometimes can do with comments to get yourself thinking. Or check if text is the same as text in reverse. So if you write it in words, then when you do things like, how do I check if strings are the same? You can think, oh, okay, I need dot equals. In order to use dot equals, I need something here and I need something in parentheses, right? So the thing here could be the text that was passed. So if text is the same as text in reverse, so I need to get the text in reverse. So reverse text, I'll call it this time. And how do I get it? I get it by calling the reverse method. So this is where it might trick you. This is the call. So this method is not a string method, so I wouldn't say text.reverse. If you're saying something like this and the calling object is a string, it means that this method is in the string class, but it's not. This reverse method is just a static method I have up here that I'm using. So I can just call that method directly and I can pass this. Now remember, static methods, we always remember math.max, math.min. So it's actually okay for me to call this method with the program name. So think of it that way. The only reason I don't need this part is because this method is in here and Java will look in here for it. The reason we need it with math is because the methods from the math class are somewhere else. So we need to tell it what class they're in. Okay, so call this reverse method, pass it text. It will send me the reverse back, and I will store that in rev text. And I want to know if those are equal. And if they're equal, if this is true, I want to return true. And else, I am going to return false. Because if they're equal, it means we have a palindrome. So yes, you could have written this differently. You don't really need the else there. But it's good to write things out sometime. So a good test will be to do something like blue moon that is not a palindrome. And then to run again and do something like race car that is. And so this is not, and this is, and we're getting the backwards. So that is about it. I think there was an extension. I'll leave that for another video. All right, happy coding.